talk to you. Because I organized everything in my career perfectly. I always knew exactly what I wanted to do. I went for it, and it worked out. No, nothing from that. The real life is very different. So you start at a point, at a stage, and you move ahead, and you recognize things which are the right things for you. But it's not always working for the whole life. There will be a lot of changes. I'm going to tell you my story. Sorry, I'm not here. It's not about me today, but that's the best way to give you the things I've been learning from successes and from failures. There have been both of them. The first thing we receive from the society, from our parents, from the surrounding, from everything is here, is that we receive some. I can use this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we receive from the society and from our parents. All parents love their children, but at the same time, you should be aware that we parents have also our own passion for things. My parents wanted to become a doctor. It did not work because of different reasons. They got their kids very early, and they always gave us the feeling it would be good to become a doctor. So there was always this subtle message. It was there. They didn't say to us directly. They were very reflected and fine people. But there are always subtle messages. And I'm going to write down different things which could be worth it to think about. So at the end of my talk, we'll have some, maybe a lot of different points, and then we can discuss it if we have enough time. So subtle messages we receive from the world. Okay, long time later, I had the possibility to become a doctor and noticed, I want to become a doctor. I don't like to deal with blood and body fluids, and I couldn't see myself there. So I was already at the age of 22. My God, I'd missed a lot of chances to talk to people who've been working in different fields of work. So my mind was blocked. So it was something which was not good for my career. At the end of the day, I made it. I'm happy with what I've been doing the last years, what I'm doing now. But consider that. I think in the international community, we are living a very open life, and I think your parents are open-minded and have seen a lot. And at the same time, they also have their own wishes. For example, my hobby is, to be honest, I confess, I'm a parent. I guess I'm a reflected person. I'm smart, I think, but my hobby is music. I love music. I'm very into it. That if all of my 3 kids would say someday they're going to become musicians, I would say, yeah. Imagine, sit with your kids and do a jam session and do a gig with your kids. So we are not free from own interest. So the parents love you, but try to filter a little bit which influences, which messages you receive from your parents. The next point is what possibilities you have. Okay, I would love to be the motivational trainer who says, just choose something and go for it and you'll be there. And you'll get it. Yes, it's true, but not in the first step always. So you have to get there step for step. So the next point is which chances you have. Chances and possibilities. If you want to study something at the Stanford University, okay, it's a good choice. But it could be that I, as a parent, cannot afford that. Maybe you want to do different things, maybe you get a scholarship for that. So I think in the next step, after the high school, your choice would be the best possible choice. So the best possible thing you can do among the chances and possibilities you have. You always receive different input and different information from different people, and some things you like, some things feel right for you. So it is very important, if you think something could be the right choice for you, go, be initiative, go and talk to people. You should know, if you decide to become a geologist, the picture you have from a work can be very different. A geologist could be a guy who goes to a laboratory, sits there 5 days a week, and looks at different stones or whatever. And a geologist could be somebody who is always in the forest looking for new stuff. So in each field of work, there might be different possibilities. So we differ. All of you are different from your siblings, from your mother, from your father. Have a look at your fingerprint. Do you think that the identical twins have the same fingerprint? No. This could be sign. So we are the results of the genetic mixture we are, what we receive from grandparents and parents, and so far from our ancestors. And then what we experienced before the birth, in the prenatal period, in the womb of our mom, how high the testosterone level in that period was, and so on. So genetics, what we have inside, what we experienced before the birth, and then during the birth, and in the early years after the birth, what we experienced, how emotional surrounding we had in the first years of childhood. And then later, parents, society, movies we've been watching, friends we had, so on. So it makes us so different and so individual. So when you decide to do something, I say you, it is about you. You are very different, trying to find out what is the right thing for you. So how do you find out what the right thing is? Sometimes you know it. Sometimes you feel, I'm a helper. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a social worker. It's so clear. It's so deep inside you. And sometimes you feel, oh, it's okay to see sometimes people, but I want to focus on the thing and the guy who more introvert. That's okay. But there's a big power in being introvert too. Everything is good. This world has been made for everybody, and everybody will find his or her place. It's important to believe what you are, and you're different from everyone you know. Ask your people, ask the students who know, ask your friends, ask your relatives who really know you. Ask them, what makes me a little different from others? In which field of life am I a little above average? Somebody might tell you, oh, you're a great listener. Each time I came to you and you were so open and listened and felt with me, and this is great. The other thing could be, these are just weird examples, but in the reality it is this way. Just talk to your people and they will tell you different things. And somebody else would say, oh my God, you have such analytical abilities. When I talk to you about something, you analyze it, you build structures, you see pro and contra within 5 minutes. You're so good at it. And some other people can be very good athletes, some other people can be good trainers, can be good motivators. So this is different from person to person. So that's very important to find it out. So talking to people will help. Asking them what your strengths are. And what your passion is. Sometimes you do some stuff which you like, it doesn't feel like work, it doesn't make you feel bored, you don't feel tired, but sometimes you do other things, just so difficult, yeah? So it feels so difficult and it's not the right thing for you. That's also a sign to find out what is the right thing for you. There are also some other situations. For example, when you go to the library at school, if you want to just chill, half an hour, you want to go there and just spend some time. To which section of the library do you go? Is it magazines? Is it non-fiction? Is it stories? Is it arts? Is it fiction? Okay. Another person would probably go to the second non-fiction. Another person would go and look for books about nutrition. Another example. When you're at home, have done your homework, want to chill, you go on YouTube and watch something. What do you watch? What attracts your attention? What do you like to spend time with? So these are different signs you can identify yourself or what is the thing which belongs to you. Another thing is, okay, so let me try to make it as complete as possible. It will not be perfect as strings. Interests. Interests. Dreams. To be honest, some years ago, I was thinking about some dreams, and I had at school, and I didn't take them serious. But my way brought me into that direction. At the end of the day, those dreams play a role. So if you just see yourself at a place and it feels good, take it serious. So it can be a very important hint what you like to do. And it can be very individual. There is no crazy dream. There's nothing bad and nothing good. What happened was a mix of what I was doing before, listening to people, and the next technical job which gave me the security. There will be some mixture, some mixes of different fields of activity. Okay, I don't want to compare myself with Steve Jobs, not at all. But I listened to a talk of him, and he said, in one of the first steps, he went to study something like graphic design. And he did it for 3 terms, and then but it was the key for making Apple systems. Apple systems were sold at that time because they were so beautiful, looked so fine, their font, everything was so fine. And he was the guy with his knowledge of design, created those fonts and created devices that people liked. The first Apple computers were bought by artists because they liked everything, and Microsoft was more static, hard, and not that beautiful. So he took something from his first job into the second job, and it was very fruitful for what he did. So on your path, you will go into different directions. There will be trials, errors, changes, and don't forget to pivot sometime. I don't know if it's I didn't go to an international school. Is it the right word for that, to change the direction, change the path? Yeah. If you go into that direction, do it for some years, and think, okay, it's not something you want to do the rest of your life, you can just change the direction. And there will be different such stages. For the first step, if you want to get to know yourself better, there are a lot of tests. Some of them are free, and some of them you have to pay for. Some of them are serious. You know, these Facebook tests. Okay, answer 10 questions, and you know what country is the right country for you. And answer 5 questions, and you know what personality you have. It's not really serious. So I did a research. At the moment, I'm creating a website, and I did a research for such tests because one chapter of this website, and will be a book later, is about your personality, your nature, and the right job. And there are 2 different tests which are very widely spread and accepted by scientists and by companies. One of them is Myers-Briggs test, and the other one is Big 5. So if you want to do the tests, they're online. I give you, if I may, can I make some advertising for my own website? So it's not finished, it should be revised, but it is a link. So it is fairteamwork.com. And then you can go to your nature and work style. Nature and work style. And there's the place you can do the tests. It will take some 15-20 minutes, but you get very serious, solid results. Scientifically backed. Work style. Okay. So some of the last points. Do you still have some time? Yeah. Some of the last points. If you do the job I mentioned, you can work as a geologist in the forest. You can also work in the laboratory. You can consider a lot of different points. You cannot make a complete list of everything. For example, your lifestyle. Yeah? So there are some people who say, it would feel good to wear suits, to be in a company or a ministry. It would say, oh, give me a break. I want to just be relaxed. I want to do some job outside in the forest, at the fresh air. So we are very different, but there are different chances for all of us. And it's important to find out what you like. And nobody can answer you the question, it's only you. So, okay, does it feel right for me or it doesn't feel right? Take your feelings serious, because when we think about different stuff, so we could be very intellectual, we could be very smart, we could find out all of the categories of things which could be relevant and cluster them, put them into different categories, and then the scientists, the companies go and say, put some weight on it. In your whole decision, the image is 5% of your decision. Income is 10% of the decision, something like that. They put some weight on it, and at the end, you have a number. You say, this job is 70%, the other job is 50%, and I decide. Do you follow what I just say? You have seen that probably. Okay, so very analytical to say which criteria and which weighting for which weights for each criteria, and we have a very scientific result. But this is the aware level of our being, but we have a subconscious level. If I'm here and I'm seeing you awarely at a conscious level, I'm seeing 10 things. At the subconscious level, be aware I'm seeing 100 things, not only me, you too. So that's where the feeling comes. You say, what? That's the feeling, because the feeling consists of a lot of things you have been considering, receiving, and there's some feeling in you. So it feels good, it feels not right for you. So take that, please, very seriously. And the last thing, because you titled my talk as patchwork, I would like to say, if you know very exactly what you want to do, that's good. But some people, I was this guy, didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I like this, I like that, a bit of this and that. And I found my peace accepting that there are different parts of my personality. I'm the guy who loves the techniques, the IT devices. I was the boy who used to open up the toys to see what is inside. And I can also be very introvert, staying at home for 3 days and doing that. At the same time, I was also a workshop facilitator. I was a trainer. I also had Kubia company. I was here 1 year the training coordinator. I was also delivering trainings. So that's the extrovert side of mine. I have these both sides. One without the other cannot live. And I love music. I play music sometimes and may make a little money with playing music. But that's not all. I couldn't go out every night and play in some bars. So that's not my decision. So you're a mix of different abilities, different tendencies, and maybe a patchwork career would be the right way for some of you. So if you make a decision, it will be a classic way. You will go for an education, for an apprenticeship, for the first choice. It should be the best possible choice you came to after a lot of thinking and talking to people. But bear in mind to have also a backup plan. The second choice. What is the second choice? What is the third choice? It could be that the second choice and the third choice will also be a part of your life in the future, in 20 years and 30 years. But these are different circles of your life. I would like to finish this talk with a poem which really changed my life. As I understood the message of this poem, I thought, wow, that's right. I was asking for the answer for a long time. This German poem of a German poet, not very famous in Germany, yes. Rilke. I try to translate and hope that the message does not get lost. It says, I live my life in different circles. One circle can be sports, one circle can be technical stuff, one circle can be friendships, family. I live my life in circles, which move over things in my life. The circles can also move after that, go to this direction. Maybe you are more focused in your educational career, and later on work, on family. So the circles move around. The last circle, it's the poem again. The last circle I might not be able to end, but I will try it. So guys, that's what the life is about. Identify the circles, go for it, choose the first best circle. Don't forget to dream, don't forget the other things which play a role in your life, and there will be also side circles in your life.